A cheap diabetes drug that might help you live longer? That's the claim surrounding metformin, one of the most talked about compounds in the entire biohacking and longevity space. Some call it a miracle. Others think it's overhyped. So what's the truth? Let's break it down with science. Metformin has been around since the 1950s. It's one of the most widely prescribed drugs in the world for type 2 diabetes, and it works by lowering blood sugar levels, improving insulin sensitivity, and reducing glucose production in the liver. But here's the twist. Metformin does more than just regulate blood sugar. It affects AMPK, a key cellular energy sensor, lowers inflammation, improves oxidative stress response, and may even influence gut microbiota in ways that impact longevity. This raised a big question among scientists and biohackers. If metformin helps diabetics live longer, what could it do for healthy people? One of the biggest sparks came from a 2014 study in the UK. Researchers discovered something surprising. Diabetics on metformin were living longer than healthy people who weren't on any medication. That's right. Despite having a chronic disease, they actually outlived the healthy control group. That finding shocked the medical world and kicked off a whole new wave of research into metformin's anti-aging potential. Since then, more observational studies have linked metformin use to lower rates of cardiovascular disease, certain cancers, cognitive decline, and even overall mortality. But let's be clear, observational studies can only show correlation, not causation. Maybe metformin users just have better medical care or healthier habits. We can't say for sure yet. So what's actually happening at the cellular level? Metformin activates AMPK, a master switch for cellular energy. When AMPK is turned on, the body starts behaving like it's under calorie restriction, even if you're not actually fasting. It also lowers mTOR activity, which is associated with aging and cellular growth. Reduced mTOR means fewer signals to grow and more signals to repair. That's key in slowing down age-related damage. Metformin has also been shown to reduce IGF-1, a hormone linked to growth and aging. Lower IGF-1 levels have been associated with longer lifespan in many species, including humans. Animal studies back this up. In mice, metformin extends lifespan. In worms and flies, similar longevity effects have been observed. It's not just about living longer, it's about delaying age-related decline and disease. And that's where metformin shows the most promise. Chronic disease prevention, not just life extension. To put it to the test in humans, researchers designed a large-scale clinical trial, the TAME trial, targeting aging with metformin. The goal? To see if metformin can delay the onset of age-related diseases like cancer, cardiovascular disease, and cognitive decline in people who are not diabetic. This would be a game changer, because if aging itself can be delayed, it may soon be treated as a medical condition, not just a natural process. But there's a catch. The TAME trial has been delayed several times, and we still don't have clear answers. So right now, using metformin for anti-aging is still an open experiment, and it's not without risks. Although metformin is considered safe, it can cause digestive issues like nausea or bloating, B12 deficiency with long-term use, and in some cases it may interfere with muscle gains from resistance training. One study found that older adults combining metformin with strength training saw reduced improvements in muscle mass and strength. That's not ideal if you want to stay strong and functional while aging. And let's not forget, metformin is a prescription drug in most countries. You usually need to be diabetic or convince a doctor to get it legally. Despite this, some biohackers, including well-known names like David Sinclair, take metformin regularly. Others are more cautious and prefer to wait for more human data, or opt for natural alternatives. One of the most popular alternatives? Berberine, a plant compound that also activates AMPK and has blood sugar lowering effects. Some even call it nature's metformin, though the data is far less extensive and not as well studied in humans. So, should you take metformin for longevity? If you're diabetic or pre-diabetic, metformin is already part of standard treatment and has well-established benefits. But if you're healthy and considering it for life extension, you're stepping into biohacking territory. Right now, there's no official guideline for using metformin to slow aging. Doses often range from 500 to 1,000 milligrams per day, usually taken with meals. If you do consider it, always work with a healthcare professional and monitor how your body responds over time. It's also worth thinking about your personal goals. Are you trying to extend your lifespan, prevent specific diseases, improve energy and metabolic health? Metformin might help, but it's not a substitute for lifestyle. Because while metformin has exciting potential, it's not magic. It won't replace good sleep, exercise, nutrient-dense food, or effective stress management. It's just one tool, maybe a powerful one, but not the full solution. So, is metformin a longevity miracle? It might be, but right now it's still an open question, one that needs more research, more clinical trials, and more long-term data. Until then, it remains one of the most intriguing tools in the longevity conversation, and one that we'll definitely hear more about in the years to come. If you want to see how metformin compares to natural options, check out my video on berberine versus metformin. And don't forget to subscribe for deep dives into the best science-backed strategies for slowing down aging. And as always, have a good one.